Hello, welcome back. This is part two, and I think part one got cut a bit prematurely short whilst I was finishing off the logos. I think it carried on recording until I had done at least one logo, and then it was just me copy pasting it to other parts of the train, which took longer than it should have because I should have just made the whole all three letters one big group rather than doing them individually because I had to copy each one like for 7 times to get it to all parts of the train that it needs to be. But it's not such a big deal because I think it looks fine in the end. I mean, I'm not happy with the R. The R is wrong, definitely wrong. It's too thick, too chunky. Doesn't look right the more you look at it. But I'm not going to spend any more time on this because I think I spent just over an hour, which is about as long as I wanted to. I think it got pushed into like an hour and 10 minutes to copy the letters all over the train. But that's about as much time as I ever really want to spend doing one of these things. So, with that said, I now need to take it onto the scenario planner so we can drive around on our Great Western Railway themed scenario, which I've already made and I've already put the train on it. So I'm going to, and I mean, obviously, it's better to show it you like this now because it'll show up very what's the word, like aliased and artifacted, and it won't look very nice on the route because the liveries don't load in well on PlayStation at all these days. Another reason why I suggest not spending that long doing anything with them, if you're on PlayStation at least. Oh no, I did actually want to go to scenario planner and let's go with this one. Let's see. I've messed around with it bits and bobs. Like some aspects of it, I don't work. Like I hit a red light, but I've tried to change things. See every time to see if I. It's not that I hit a red light. Like the red light probably makes sense because there is a train ahead of me on the track. But the problem is that I think it's not right that the train ahead of me is um, blocking is the red light isn't preceded by yellow, so I keep overrunning the red. Um, right, yo then, which I think is just the scenario planner being the scenario planner. Oh look, here we are next to Big Brother, the HST, in its shiny livery. It's a much darker green, but I didn't want to make mine too dark because I think that one just ends up looking black, and I don't think it's really right from the pictures I've seen anyway. But again, I think that's actually partly in many ways because it's just the way that it reflects light. Let me get a nice picture, so you can see it already. You can already see like it's pixelated. But I quite, but from this distance, just you do find a little bit of a sweet spot. Oh, I should just had that person just walking in front of that horrible front. I get that GWR just between those people. It might distract from the fact that it's pixelated. No, let me wait till she's gone. There we go. That just about, yeah, that might be a nice picture to use. Right, I do actually need to turn on the faff stuff. I don't think I need the heating. I do need the TPWS though. Right. Off we go. Goodbye HST, which is, I believe, I've set it 5 minutes late so that it will, so I could actually look at it, see it. And then we could saunter away past it. Oh, that's actually a nice view, isn't it? Oh, lovely. Oh, let me just try and get that GW. I'll see if I can do a nice picture of that with something. Oh no, that looks awful. And here I am sauntering away very slowly, as the Sunday driver that I am. I think I could slam it up into set. I think I can actually just slam it up because we're on an incline, and this thing isn't going to like shoot rocket away. I did design this scenario firstly for the Class 43 HST. So this path I'm driving doesn't have only has one stop between here and Penzance because it was for the Class 43. But then I thought I'll just use the same one for the 150, just so it isn't too laborious a video. Um, so you get to see the 150 out on the track with all its bloody aliased and pixelatedness. Um, but at least you can see that like it's possible to do a scenario like this. Um, there we go. Right. I think I've got enough pictures. What's interesting is that with this route, when you don't change the weather, it comes up cloudy. Interesting. On PS5 at least. I don't know about other platforms. But I haven't touched the weather settings today, and I've got clouds. Oh, but actually maybe I didn't properly turn off the game last night. Sometimes I put the PS5 into standby so I can charge my controller, and I might forget I forgot to close the game, so it could be that I set it to cloudy. Oh, that is one of the best horns in the game. A steady 58. 9 miles we've got to go to the station, and then I think it's another 9 or 10 miles after that, or I think it's 11 miles actually. And because this route is more, it's curvy. I mean that it's more than 9 miles to the next one because of this track length is by the track it's probably about 12 or 12 to 15 I'd say, but by as a crow flies it's just 9. But from there to Penzance is more or less a straightish line. Like you do sort of deviate up and then down a bit, but I think it's not too much longer. Oh. Now, I'm not a fan of most of the liveries are privatized operators in the UK because I'm just not. I just think everything looks a lot better when everything's simplified and you don't have a million different liveried trains all over the place. But this one is at least a simple-ish livery. It's not like offensively over the top or bad, a la some. Oh, that's quite a nice picture, actually. Now, let's have a look and think where the next train we're going to encounter is. I think it might be a HST. Ooh, that looks like a HST to me. Still trying to figure out, like, what I hope is that we're getting some routes later this year that are going to give us the chance to get another British Rail era loco. God damn, why am I so goddamn slow? Oh no, it's bloody awful like that, doesn't it? Ooh, look at that. Oh, what a scene. What a typical UK rail scene. Low diesel multiple unit making its way through the countryside. So here I am once again. This is for anyone joining late. I mean, it's not a stream, so why would anyone be joining late? This is a Class 150 on the West Cornwall local line, and I've painted it in Great Western Railway livery, which looks awful in the route because reasons. But it looked passable in the livery designer. No, damn it. That's a nice one too. Right, so this is quite an uppy downy route. So you do end up going you do end up finding yourself on inclines much deeper than you'd like. And because this is like a little diesel train, it struggles to get up them. So I should not have left the brakes on as long as to get so slow that I'm now struggling to get up this incline, and I should be doing 70. Annoying. I mean, the top speed of this train is only 75, so I mean, it would be a struggle to get to 70 anyway. But still, it would be possible. What a nice relaxing Saturday morning drive through the Cornish countryside in a 150, repainted. So full confession, I did the repainting last night, then made a video which didn't work very well because the part I was doing running the HST, hoping I would see a 150 on my scenario, and it didn't look very good. I saw it for like 1 second, so it was pointless. So instead, I decided to rebuild the scenario a bit so that I could do it with the 150, and that's what you're seeing this morning. Well, this morning when I record it, whenever you see it, probably tonight. I'll do a part one and part two. Part one, the livery designer stuff. Part two, the show off, and then taking it to the scenario planner. Might do a video showing the process of building a scenario on Great Western Express, because that's one of the better routes to do it, because you have a lot of platforms at Paddington to use. So you can bring in a lot of trains, and you can basically, because the train doesn't really care about your timetable, doesn't set a proper timetable for you, you can leave like 10 minutes after you've set your train to leave. The problem you may have is that it will the dispatcher will always schedule your train first, so no other trains are going to leave. But you can kind of get around that with Paddington in sending trains out from the furthest platforms, because they'll run on the slow lines. Oh, I've got a 40 coming up. There we go. And then we got Camborne in 4 miles, which is certainly... Oh, well, once we get around this corner, it's basically a straight line. And then we're bound for Penzance after that. And we should have some semi-high, like, well, I mean, for this train, high-ish speed, 70 miles an hour. There we go. Not sure what this station is. Red Roof? Maybe? Ooh, where's the sign? Is there a sign? Yes, Red Roof. Yeah, I know I'm not supposed to accelerate yet to 60, but I'm just gonna start. You can't stop me. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 3 miles to go. 3 miles to go. Right, and that should be fairly straight line, so... Ooh, there's a 150. Ooh. This actually, I think, is one of the few timetable. Well, I mean, if it works, we'll see. So far, I've always reached a red light that I haven't been able to get past. But I have, well, no, I've always reached a red light that I go past because there's no yellow preceding it, and I'm too stupid to keep anticipating when that red light's going to be. So I don't know if it would clear eventually. Um, but if this scenario does work and the timings work and I've got an empty platform waiting for me when I get to Penzance, this would be one of the first, I think. This would be this would be a busier timetable than you usually get on in the game in terms of how many trains you see passing you. But then bear in mind that the game in the timetable also has trains that are timetabled in front of you, so you'll never see. Whereas I don't really bother with that because it doesn't matter for my purposes. If I don't see a train, I don't see the point in doing it. Although I think I did actually, for some reason that I can't remember now, I scheduled a freight train to leave from St Austell towards Penzance after me, so I'll never see that. I mean, no, I won't see that because you can't stay in the scenario after you finished. It just ends. Right. So we shall be at Campbell 1. Put the brake on a bit. Yeah, I'm enjoying the game at the moment, I'll be honest. I mean, it could always be better, but you know, it's not. There's no big issues keeping me up at night over it at the moment. Not that there ever was. It's a game, but there's nothing preoccupying me that I'm like, oh no, this isn't going to get fixed, and I'll never be able to enjoy it at the moment. Like I say, I don't use the livery designer that much anyway. Ooh, there's a 166 in the platform. Ooh, aren't we lucky, eh? Um, ooh, look at that. Look at that. Ooh, almost perfect. Yeah, you know, actually, looking at mine, it's not that bad. I mean, no, it is, but like the G and the W are great. The R is the what's a bit, little bit off. Why is he waiting? Has he got a red? Ah, yeah, he has. Ah, because that 150 was the signal blocks on this line are huge. Ooh, how annoying. Right, there we go. That GWR on the front is going to really annoy me. With its artifacting, 'cause it makes any nice head-on picture impossible. No, well, you can cut you. No, no. Yeah, we'll see. I'll see how the land falls once I take stock of all the screenshots I've taken. Alright, oh god, we got up to 70, so I can just accelerate downhill. And yeah, we're going onwards to... Onwards to... Interesting. I wonder why that's got a red light. I wonder if it's because it's the path is set for me. No, it shouldn't be. Oh, is it because that one's got a green? No, they both got reds. Interesting. Interesting. So I don't think either of these trains look like they're going to leave. Well, actually, that one isn't due to leave for ages. I think I set that one for like 20 past or half past, maybe? Okay, I've got 60 coming up, so I'll... keep to 60. I mean, the thing, the difference between this is what I've always said. This route would never have been good for a HST. All the people who are like, "Oh, I can't believe this route doesn't have a HST. I hate this route," who spent like literally weeks going on and on about how terrible this route was because they should have had a HST and like what a waste to have all these other locos on. This route would have been terrible for HST. It's got a 70-mile-an-hour limit. You get like a bit of an 80 limit. Like it would be tedious in the extreme to have if you want a HST because you want the Valenta engines you want to hear at 125 miles an hour, you would hate this route because you cannot do that. It's just one more reason why people bloody complain about everything about this game. Just find anything and everything to go on about. So entitled, some of them. Honestly, the forums are like a wasteland of frustrated middle-aged men. Presumably they're middle-aged. I mean, God help us if they're young people. Just switch up a bit. Oh, you know, it kind of doesn't look too bad from there. No, it does. Okay, that might be as good as I'm going to get. Right, come on. To 65, is it? And then we can go to 60, and we have to go back down to 60. Oh, and I've got the doggy cuddled up next to me whilst I'm driving through the Cornish countryside. This is the life. I don't want to actually drive trains for a job. I don't want to have to like get up at like 5 o'clock, drive to a depot in the arse end of nowhere, and then start up a train and then spend all day by myself driving it. No, I want to be on my sofa driving the train. I want to get up and go for a tea. Another reason why I'm perfectly happy with this as a simulation as it is. I don't want to be penalised for not bloody taking it absolutely seriously and basically dedicating my spare time to doing someone else's job, which is honestly, I'm pretty sure that like the serious simulators that are out there, like Zusi, Aerosoft, or something, are handing over their user data to train companies so that they can make automated trains. You hear that, sheeple? That's my little conspiracy theory. Like, I ain't contributing to the end of driving. That's why I drive so bad. I'm not putting drivers out of a job. I like to think my driving brings down the curve so that like they look at the data and they're like, absolutely, we can never let computers drive this. The AI learning from all our users is that nope. And to be fair, the AI trains in this don't drive very well. Or they drive spectacularly well. They literally just accelerate like perfectly, um, then get to top speed and then just stay there. Brake like to the perfect desired speed and stay there, and then etc. 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 Me trying to brake to the right speed first time without overshooting is well, low speed electric multiple units are about the only ones where that's possible. You can kind of do it with the UK ones on third rail because they're just not that powerful. They don't accelerate. Well, no, they accelerate all right, I suppose. The multiple unit ones, the commuter ones. The only slow one is the 395 because it's a big heavy high speed train that just happens to run on third rail. That is a nightmare. But the rest kind of easy to drive and the brakes tend to be good. Right, where are we? 45 miles per hour. Okay, yeah, I need to break down to about 45. And where am I? Have I passed St. Earth yet? No, but I'm on my way, and this is where I think there's going to be a red waiting for me. Oh, the signaling blocks are huge on this line. Like that, there's a HST at St. Earth by the look of it, or just outside St. Earth that's waiting for that 166 to clear. Let me over the barrier. God damn. No! I'm so bloody awful at taking pictures. Right. I can put the pile up. And let me check what's ahead of me. There's a green just outside St. Earth. I think, yeah, that one lets me through. Then there's another green. Oh, do I have another green? And more green? Did this clear the line then? Must have done. Oh, yes. So the 150 that was in front of me seems to have, that's supposed to be in front of me, must have done a very good job of getting away without problems. Oh yeah, there it is. I bet that's what's causing that. No, it's not. I have no idea what is causing these trains to take so long to leave then. Ooh, oh no, it's a freight train. Ah, or was it a DBA? I'm sure I selected East, whatever it's called, EWS livery. Well, anyway, I'm gonna start braking now. You might ask why, but it's because I may come up on a phantom red that I'm not expecting. Oh no, I think I'm okay. But I'm gonna just maintain speed rather than accelerate. I know I can get 75, but what? Well, doggy, you shouldn't lean on me if you don't like the fact that I wriggle. I am like the worst for fidgeting. The job is that even if those trains don't leave the station, which actually I don't mind because I'd rather arrive to a full station. Um, I think my path is clear. I think that 150 is going into the far platform. Oh, yeah, there it is. And I've got this platform. So these two not leaving doesn't bother me. Good. So I don't think we're going to see anything else now. Um, no, we won't, we shouldn't see anything else now until we get to Penzance. If those trains aren't going to leave, then that's it. Although I am trying to remember if I set that HST to leave at half past, so maybe it's just not, the signal hasn't changed because it doesn't need to. But the other one, the 166 that's in the platform, should have left. Should have left at about 20 past. But like I said, I don't mind too much that it hasn't. Which turn is, yeah, there I can. Oh, the speedometer in this goes up to 100. So, like, I guess on a downhill, that's what this train can do. But yeah, officially it's 75 and no more. Otherwise, your passengers will probably get thrown around. Sprinters are quite bouncy. Well, actually, I don't know if the 150s are, but some of them are. Oh, I can never remember what the 150 classes are. I remember the 153. The one that has like almost an intercity layout, like it has doors at either end, like a single leaf door at either end, and that's it. And then these horrible kind of smallish windows. That I think from memory, they have really. I mean, they have originally they had really bouncy seats as well, and they used to do some nice regional express services when they were regional railways. And then I think a lot of them transferred to River Wales and Northern. You know what? I don't even know what that. No, it wasn't called a River Wales when they first started it, was it? Would have been something ridiculous like First Wales, and Northern would have been something else too, I guess. Okay, right, I'll put the braking on now. That gets us down to 50. So this is the approach to Penzance, really. We get down to 50, we start passing all the freight stuff, we start running alongside the sea, and then I think, are we already running along the sea? Oh, we are. That's St. Michael's Mount, which I've been to. It's all right. I mean, you know, could be more to do there. I mean, the fun is in getting there. And this was all pre-COVID when I went. So, like, you know, there were millions of tourists all over the beach and the pathway, and it was fairly stunning. Um, oh wait, no, I've overdone it. Actually, no, I'm not gonna faffle along. I'm gonna coast. I'm gonna coast in serenely because I'm at the beach now. I'm on holiday. Oh yes, actually both those trains left and got a red light. Yeah, that's what I dislike most about this. About this this train livery is that it's just so dark that it just doesn't show up. Like this game has issues with lighting, like especially I think the worst I've seen it now is the new line, just in Chemix. It's really contrasty. Well, Great Western Express I think is still one of the worst actually. Thinking about it, it's really contrasty on that as well. But I think it's the train that mostly does that. Um, oh look, they both want to leave. Oh look, it was waiting for me all along. Really? Why? I can't possibly have been in the way. Oh, it's because there's a single track there, isn't there? Ah, that's why. Oh, that's a shame. That means that trains can't leave until oh wait, no. I didn't need to be that dramatic. All that dramatic. Up, up. There we go. Oh, lovely station as well. I think with that, I'm going to take the opportunity to get up and get out and have a walk around. See if I can find a nice angle. I don't think I can. I wonder where I was sending that 166 to. I'm sure I had a 166 that I had. That's the 166 I must have been sending to St. Ives. Well, I wonder why that HST got precedent then. Because this 166, I'm sure, should have been, was scheduled to leave first. Oh well, no big deal. No, no. Oh well, I suppose I better get in, lock the doors. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this, and even though like it's a pixelated livery in the game, um, I'm content with it as it looked in the livery designer itself, and well, that's why. And I do think this is a really good route. And so I really am looking forward to when, if ever, the HST comes to the livery designer, because you really will have a nice spread of things. And if they could give us the Class 47 as well, that would be great. On the 31. And allow us to do the 31 on routes with outside of Great Western Diesel Legends with the Mark Two coaches. That would be great. And then to have a steam when the steam train comes, which should be the first one of the next British route. I don't know if it's the next British route, but if not, it'll be the one after the next British route. And that would be good to have that as a day trip that you see that you could put on in the scenario designer as well. But I shall thank you if you watch both parts of this, and I hope. But well, I mean, it wasn't really a tutorial. It was me just making the livery and chatting a lot whilst I did it. So sorry if it wasn't very useful. But if you did find it useful, then let me know, and I may give it some other livers a try, but the thing is just trying to think what's suitable for this part of the country, and it's kind of like basically the first group liveries is about it. And I'm not necessarily bothered with doing those first Great Western type liveries. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm open maybe sometimes to these things, but in the meantime, um, have a great weekend or week or whenever you're watching this, whatever the appropriate timescale is, and um, enjoy the new Dresden route of which I will be making more videos. I don't know what I felt like I had a Friday night free, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do a delivery designer, and that's why I did this rather than Dresden, which only came out 2 days ago. It's not that it's not a great route. It's just that I just suddenly had an inkling to be like, no, I want to do something with the 150 because I haven't done a livery designer for a while. So yeah, enjoy the game and hasta luego.